Hey, what's up, Facebook friends? And thank you so much for jumping on. And man, it's been a great day, and it's Friday, Bulletproof Friday, as we used to say. And so I'm glad to be online with you today, and I hope that today will be a blessing to you. I was, just walking around really early this morning, kind of praying, talking to the Lord, and just kind of listening to what He was kind of leading me to do today, and then got some exercise in and fed the body, and so I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good, and so I want to hopefully today round out this 5 important prayers kind of series thing that I've been doing on this Friday, kind of round out the week, well. And so today, what I wanted to take a real quick moment, and I was kind of thinking about a little bit ago, was this idea of the prayer. Like if there's one really important prayer, obviously everything we talked about for the past few days are important prayers we ought to pray really all the time, but in this time of isolation, I felt like they might impact us a little bit more. But today, I wanted to talk about the prayer of dependence, the prayer of dependence. And whenever you're in a situation like this, and or a discouraging time, or a down time, or really just a time that you're not really familiar with, and you can be kind of frustrated, and you can be disappointed, you can be a little let down, and it's very easy for us to start trying to do everything. And we'll start trying to run, 1,000 miles in different directions, and we'll try to drive, in 1,000 different directions, and because we think it's all up to us. And you might be in a situation with the COVID-19 stuff where you're like me, where you've lost a job and you've been looking for work for a couple weeks now. And you may have lost it really early on, and you may still be looking for a job. And or you may be kind of in a similar situation where it's been a few weeks and you're just really not sure, what it's going to go. You might be in a situation in your life where your church or your small group or your job just, it just seems like no matter how far you push into something, you just keep taking steps back. You just kind of keep hitting a wall. And it's important in those moments that we acknowledge the power of this prayer. Praying for dependence, the prayer of dependence, is simply that prayer where you and I acknowledge how much we need God. I remember first planting the church, and a couple years would go by, and I remember, I mean, like it was yesterday, just remembering, like, man, I don't really think that I've ever not acknowledged the fact that I needed God, but it was another level in which God was letting me know, Isaac, this church is not your church. You got to depend on me. And you might not be planting a church or pastoring a church, but I'll bet you can resonate with that. And maybe not. And so maybe this video and something I'll say today might just trigger something in you to where you're like, you know what? I need to acknowledge my deep need of God. I need His grace. I need His mercy in my life. I need His forgiveness. I need His joy. I need His peace. And the prayer of dependence, what it does for you and I, again, we talked about this, it takes the burden off of us. It puts us in a place to where now I recognize that everything I need, everything that I might truly desire and ought to desire, is something that God gives, God brings, God supplies. And if we're being honest, we can forget about that. We can be, looking at our plans, and we can be prioritizing our calendar and all good things. But we can sidestep this very important prayer in the morning or in the afternoon, or whenever it is that you pray, to simply take a moment and say, God, I need you, and I'm listening. I'm listening for you to show me what you're doing in this decision, and I'm looking and needing you to open this door. How many times, right, do we try to open our own doors? How many times do we try to strategize how conversations go? How many times do we try to, make it happen on our own? And again, this is not about a lack of effort. It's just placing our effort in the right order. You've probably heard this statement, right? Pray like everything's up to God and work like everything's up to you. And we want to take the time, need to take the time to vocalize in our prayer life, God, I need you, because I don't know where to go. I don't know what to say. I don't know what's best for me. My heart's deceitful. My actions oftentimes are more about what I think I'm going to get out of it and how I'm going to climb the ladder and how I'm going to make a big name for myself. And it's not about the glory of God, and it's not about the kingdom of Christ, and it's not about making disciples. It's just about how I can advance forward. And yet, when we take a moment and say, God, I need you, we then are able to step in to those truly important things. We're able to now have God bring the doors to open, and he now sets the path in order for us, not just to advance us and give us what we want, but to lead us forward in the path that he's unfolding. And as you and I pray during this time, just don't forget, okay? Just don't forget to pray this prayer. God, I need you. God, this is what I want to do, but God, I acknowledge right now I need you. God, I think this is the right way to go, but God, I need your wisdom in my life. God, this seems like a great opportunity, but God, I need your direction. I need your work to be apparent. I need you to make this obvious. I can't tell you how many times I have sat in between two great options and have just been like, God, they're both awesome, but at the end of the day, I need you to make this known. Because at the end of the day, Isaac doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, Isaac doesn't know how to build a church. Isaac doesn't know how to lead a family. Isaac doesn't know how to pastor as well as he could. And I'm willing to bet that there are some areas in your life that even though you feel pretty good about them, even though you feel pretty confident about them, we would have to acknowledge that God has some insight, God has some wisdom, God has some direction that he can pour out into us through his word, through counselors, through prayer, that are going to lead us in a direction that we would have absolutely never imagined. And so as we're in this time of isolation, as we're in this time, and look, everybody I'm talking to right now, and as you watch this, there's just no telling what type of situation you're in. But I want to remind you, encourage you, and challenge you today. Don't forget about the prayer of dependence. Friends, I think if you and I will just come to God and acknowledge our deep need of him and look for the answers from him as if we don't know what we're doing and as if we really don't have a clue. God, guys, I believe that we would just experience such a great peace. Again, it just puts it all back in God's hands. And look, friend, God's hands are reliable. God's hands are trustworthy. God's power is limitless, and he wants the best for you. And that doesn't always mean health, wealth, and prosperity, but it does mean enrichment in our spirit. It does mean conformity into his image. It does mean fruitfulness in disciple making and sharing and expanding the kingdom of God. And so I hope that you'll take this prayer of dependence and apply it to your prayer life today, and pray that with someone. I'd encourage you, pray this prayer of dependence with someone. And I hope that this has been an encouragement to you today. It was a blessing to me again as I was praying this morning to think about, you know what, I got a lot of stuff I'm thinking through. I got a lot of things that I feel like I need to go out and do, and I feel like there's 1,000 directions I need to try and run and max effort and all of that, and effort's good. But God reminded me today, Isaac, you need to let me know that you need me. You know, you don't need your best efforts. You don't need, your best plans. You don't need your best laid, strategies. You need me. You need me to work. You need me to lead. You need me to open doors in your life as you lead. And so, friends, I hope that's an encouragement to you. If you would share this with somebody, maybe tag a friend, send it over to them. If you're on our YouTube channel, man, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to our channel and get notifications. We'd love to bless you in this way. And really, these are just 5 prayers I thought would be a real blessing to us today. So God bless. You have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend, worshiping the Lord, hanging out with family, having fun, kick back and relaxing. And we will see you again on Monday around 12:30. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.